mm, mm, mm. Hmm. Okay. Good morning. Good morning, time. Hey, Abby. Happy pre-birthday. Pre-birthday turn up for Abby tomorrow. Abby's birthday is tomorrow. Hey, Rochelle. Shondo's in the chat for everyone. I'm gonna put my own Shondo in the chat. Good morning. I have a little bit of time before I have to leave and go to work. How are we this morning? Hey, Button Jessica. Hey, MVN. I had a little bit of time. I got all my reviews out. Praise you, sweet 7 pound, 3 ounce baby Jesus. I did my put a ring on it. I did my what else? Real Housewives of Potomac. I did Hot Boys. Yeah, everything's out. Good. Had to make sure. Come through with the Instacart, child. I just enjoy going to the grocery store myself. I'm glad Really B isn't on here because she would be judging me about my store Publix. But anyway, um, I don't know if I'm gonna do Iyanla. I watched it, but I'm not gonna review it. Yeah, I can't review it. Mm-mm. But yes, hey L Love, Button Jessica, everybody as you come in. Shondo's around. Shondo's around the building. Um, it's been a for me an interesting weekend. I have learned of several deaths of people who I've known for quite a bit of time. We went to high school together, and they were friends of mine. And um, yeah, you had Rance Allen on Saturday. I found out a friend of mine who I've known since the first day of high school. Um, I found out she passed last Wednesday, but I found out on Saturday. I woke up this morning to another death, and then my mom called me this morning because my cousin is gravely ill, and today is his 40th birthday. So, yeah, it's a lot going on. But we're here to laugh and smile and have a good time. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah, Ella, yeah, it's a lot going on, a lot of deaths, but we're gonna push through and make it happen. Um, so now that my review is up, go check it out. Not right now, later. After this live, you go check it out. But there are some things that I don't know that I talked about in the review, but I don't know if I really unpacked like I might have wanted to. I try to keep the reviews shorter as opposed to longer. And so I want to unpack some of those things. I do want to talk about election day tomorrow and everything that's going on with that. I hope so as well. Envy and yeah, my family is very close. Like when you come from a huge family like mine, they're very close. They really be. Um, Let me get the election day stuff out of the way first, and then we can talk about um the chicks in Potomac. So tomorrow, I may be wrong, but I, by no stretch of the imagination, expect that there will be a decision made before by the time we wake up Wednesday morning. Like election is going to happen tomorrow. The only thing that may help the decision, what Publix? Oh, the 2-story Publix. Did you go in Publix? Really? Did you go get a sub from Publix? Abby, why you ain't take her in Publix to get a Publix sub? God, you should have got her the chicken finger sub. It's so good. Anyway, the only thing that may help with the presidential race, let me talk about that race first, is the overwhelming number of absentee and early voting that has happened. Those numbers will come in immediately, because those will be counted. Well, I can't speak for every state, but I know in Florida they count they have those already counted, and so when the polls close at 7 p.m. In Florida, well 7 and 8 because Florida has two time zones. When the polls close, those numbers go up first. They just put those numbers up real fast, and then they start to go county by county, and each county starting to certify the votes in their respective areas based on the ballots that were presented on that day. So let me say this. Oh, who are you? In these, ooh, hey, I'm sorry, y'all. Ooh, that was a nice piece of dark chocolate over there. Anyway, let me say this. We gotta understand that the presidential race may not be decided on Tuesday, but that's not my concern. And I don't think it's should be. I'm not going to say it shouldn't be your concern, but the most important races this election, let's be clear, is for Senate. The Senate is the most important race right now because regardless who wins the presidency, they have to win the Senate. If Trump wins, but the Democrats take the Senate, there's not going to be a whole lot that he can do. I mean, he does have the Supreme Court on his side, but still, a lot of those judicial, appointments and stuff he's been pushing through, not going to make it through. I did almost fall out the window, but Jessica, if Biden wins and the Republicans maintain the Senate, it's not going to be a whole lot that he can do, and it's going to be all for naught. So let's be clear. The most important races to me are those Senate seats. That is where that's going to be very telling. Now, I will say, so goes this. I do believe that so goes the Senate, so will go the probably the presidency. If I'm a betting man, I do believe that if The Senate um maintains its redness, or keep stays Republican, then there's a good chance and possibility that Cheeto Man could stay. If it does flip, then there's a good possibility that Biden probably will win. Now, with that being said, I'm looking at the Texas race for Senate. Cornyn, what's Cornyn's first? I can't remember Cornyn. I know his last name is Cornyn, but Senator Cornyn up in Texas, he's a real piece of work too. He's a real piece of work. But I know his race is very contentious. Contentious. Last time I checked, and Abby, you're closer to it than I am, being in North Carolina. But I know the South Carolina race with Lindsey Graham. If I'm not mistaken, I know it was at a dead heat when I was looking at it last week. But I think I saw a poll or two saying that Jamie Harrison was up. I'm not sure. And this is still South Carolina. But that race, those two races will tell us a lot. There's also that race out in Arizona. That is a Republican seat that looks that like it could flip as well out there in Arizona. I'm concerned because I think that Alabama seat that is now blue. I remember they had the special election in, what was that, 2017 or 18 or whatnot, to get that guy in after Jeff Sessions left to go be attorney general. Well, that seat, remember, flipped and went blue. I am concerned about that seat going back red. That's a seat that I'm concerned about. Yeah. John Cornyn. Thank you, Ty. I've never voted. If you know who gets in, I'm getting so high, I promise you, even though we won't know a couple of days after the election. Child, my best friend already said, listen, you got your passport so you can come visit me up in Canada. Because I'm already looking at houses up in Canada. That's what my best friend told me. But he already said, I know you only coming during the summer, because he knows I do not like the cold at all. That's one thing you want to know about me. I'm a Miami boy through and through. I do not like the cold. I don't like to be cold. I even like to have sex with the covers on, because I just don't like to be cold. And being naked, sometimes if your air conditioner is blowing too hard, you get cold, and I don't like to be cold. Anyway, even though it never works out, like I always want to have sex with the covers on, and the other person is never okay with that. Like, what's wrong with that? I don't know. Am I weird? Whatever. So, I will be following Steve Kornacki. I love, listen, one of my favorite election day rituals is watching Steve Kornacki over there at the little big board doing his thing, doing the numbers, going county by county. I mean, he looks like a big adult version of Stuart Little. But no, L Love, that Wisconsin. I've been to Minnesota, and I was there during the winter one time, and the hottest part of the day was 22 below one day when I was there, and these people wanted me to go ice fishing. I told them, hey, boo, I'm not leaving this hotel room. We're not doing that. Not when it's 22 below. A mess. Hey, little baby. A mess. But I like hot, sweaty sex. But in Jessica, I like my sex hot and sweaty. But they always throw the covers off. They're like, what are you doing? I'm trying to stay warm. I can keep you warm. Well, yeah, but I still like whatever. Anyway, Um. So what was I saying? Oh, Steve Kornacki. Steve Kornacki is going to be over there doing what he does, going county by county, all over these yet to be United States of America. No, 22 below zero in Minnesota. I also found out while I was there that the writer, one of the writers for the Golden Girls, went to St. Gustav, I think high school, or there's either a city or a high school named St. Gustav. That's what the Minnesota people tell me. And so they said he thought that it would be a good joke because St. Olaf is their rival or whatnot. I think they're high schools. And he said that that's why Rose was so ditzy and slow. And the whole joke is St. Olaf is for slow people because the person on the writing team was from St. Gustav, which was their rival, and he wanted to make his rival. I would do something like that. That's just like ultimate shade. Anyway, so I'll be watching Steve Kornacki. Listen, if it comes out that that young man that resides in 2200, no, I said 2200, dear God, 1600 Pennsylvania Boulevard. I'm looking at 22 below on screen, and I said 2200. That resides in 1600 Pennsylvania Boulevard. If he happens to win again, I think Rachel Maddow's brain will explode right there on screen. We will literally watch her brain just, just explode, spontaneously combust. So yeah, if you have not done so already, make your plans to go vote. Do what you got to do. Don't let anything stop you. Go vote, 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 vote. Wanted to say that, but I do want to say y'all need to really pay attention to your local races. That definitely, and also those Senate seats. I don't suspect the House to flip back, but the Senate, that's what we're looking for. You get used to cold weather over here, and you get to dress up like cutes in the winter. I have a lot of great winter clothes. Don't get it twisted. A lot of great sweaters. But I wear them at times where people look at me like, why do you have this on? Like sometimes you'll see me out and it looks like me and the rest of the people out are in two totally different places. Because they might have on shorts and a t-shirt and I got on a nice comfortable sweater because I might be a little cold. Whatever. Don't judge me. I feel like y'all are judging me. So let's get down to these whores in Potomac. Okay. Now, in my review this week, I came for everybody. Everybody got a little taste. Let me get the storyline that I cared the least about this week out of the way first. And then we can go from there. Hey, love and my peace. Candiace and Monique. That's the story. I told you I'm really over that, and I gave the least craps about that this week. Okay. So let me get that out of the way first. Candiace. Hey, doll baby. Hey, doll. Hey, my love. What would make you think that you was going to sue this woman and she wasn't going to lawyer up and countersue? Or there wasn't going to be some legal acrobatics and tricks that are done? Like, the woman has money. Let's be clear. Just like your mama got money, her and her husband got money too. Money for good lawyers. And a good lawyer is going to do things. So when we at the end of the episode and she going on this long tirade and stuff, I'm looking at the screen like, really? Really, Candiace. Like, girl, if you're trying to do some acting for the camera, it's not believable. Hey, Fayette. I looked at her like, please help me understand how in everything that is holy did you think this wasn't going to work? Now, you can call her hood all you want, but she ain't got hood money. She ain't got no hood lawyer either. She ain't over there with the what's the Benjamin Crumps of the world. I call Benjamin Crump the hood lawyer because every time something happens, you always see Benjamin Crump. Child, what I ain't gonna read the man, but you know, he's a cute, and I could, we don't really trust the cutes like that. My frat brother will win you any game. Y'all know who my frat brother. Hell, my frat brother got OJ Simpson off. So, but Benjamin Crump, he's a hood lawyer. He gives me hood lawyer. Okay. Anyway, that woman got money. You could say, "Oh, your little hood friends and hood rat this." Baby, she don't have hood rat money. Baby, she got rich white people money. Okay. Just like I know that I keep saying your mama got money, Dorothy got money, Dorothy and her husband, your daddy got money. Monique and Big Chris got money. And Monique and Big Chris got them a rich people lawyer. And that rich people lawyer said, "Hey, boo, you gonna sue? We'll counter sue." Okay. Because now you just stepped into the legal octagon. And see, you neglect. See, what happens is when you do have a little piece of change and you do have a little bit of money, even if you have hood rat broke people mentality, you can pay for rich people advisors or lawyers and things like that can direct you in the right direction and say, "No, boo, you need to do this. No, boo, you need to do that." I just would have thought that Big Chris would have stepped in a little earlier because I think that it was bad for her when she had that little sit down with the ladies right after the event where she said she had no remorse and she blacked out and all of that stuff. See, Big Chris should have saw the writings on the wall when she came home and said that and lawyered up right then. He should have called the attorney and say, "Hey, this will happen. How do we proceed forward?" Because the attorney would have said, "Don't talk about nothing. Don't go on no Bravo. Don't tell Bravo nothing. If Bravo tell you need to talk about it on camera, tell them my lawyers have advised me that I should not speak on it." That whole sit down shouldn't have happened because way too much came out of it. Now we know in the aftermath that criminal case I think was thrown out, but that doesn't absolve you from civil. And see, the civil case is where the money gets involved. That's where real money gets involved. And you really did not present yourself in a good light with this, with some of the things that you said on camera at that meeting. Now, the stuff that happened at the actual fight, that's a different story. That can be parceled out in court. You understand what I'm saying? Moment of temporary, insanity. You can get a whole scientific expert to go out there and do a whole science class on endorphins, adrenaline, all of that stuff, and how these things happen. And it does, cause sometimes moments of, mental lapses or whatnot. But in that meeting that happened afterwards, where you had all of your mental faculties, where you were there some days later, and you let all that other stuff out, talking about, "Oh, I blacked out. Oh, I knew what I was doing at this point. Oh, I did do that." And then Bravo ceremoniously came back around and showed what you said. That's the dangerous part. And that's what Big Chris should have had her already lawyered up, and those lawyers would have told her, "Boo, don't talk about it on camera. Don't say not another word about it. Not another word." And that's what would have been smart by Monique. But girl, mm-mm. I mean, hey Maximilian, Hey, Mac Million, you don't pick a fight with likes to fight guy. Listen, likes to fight guy is called likes to fight guy for a reason, because he likes to fight. When you pick a fight with him, now it's gonna happen. So that I wasn't here for. But I told you I'm over that storyline. Hey, boy, babe. What's good, babe? So now the storyline, let me get to this other ancillary storyline. I've said on my review as well that this has to be a Bravo funded trip, because everything that the therapist and your whoever is telling you to do, this trip is going against that. If your problem is, oh, me and Michael aren't connecting, our intimacy is off, and so forth, and this is your husband, and you love your husband, and your therapist said, well, why don't you go out of town? Wouldn't it make sense to say, you know what, we're going to leave baby Dean with my mom and have her take care of him, or with somebody else, a nanny or something? And me and Michael are going to go off on a couple retreat and try and rekindle our marriage or something. Doesn't that make sense? Or even if you just wanted to get away from Michael and everything and everybody, doesn't it make sense for you to go away by yourself and say, yeah, I just need to, unplug from everything and everybody and have some good people around me? You know what I'm saying? You don't bring these whores from the housewives. You bring in Gizelle, Robin, and Karen, and Candiace, and Wendy. Girl, that's going to cause you more stress and drama and heartache than staying at home. Like, it just doesn't make good sense. But we're talking about the nonsensical making good sense. We're talking about the likes of an Ashley. She's the nonsensical. But, dear God, she's very nonsensical. And I don't understand. Like, you should have said, you know what, I'm going to take. Now, you are always talking about how you and your husband is a millionaire. So that means you got the money to fund your own trip. Girl, go away. Okay? Go away to the motherland. Go to Botswana. Go to Southeast Asia. Go to Laos or something. Go, somewhere. Go to South America. Go to Uruguay. Something. Listen, when you're a millionaire, you can afford a trip. Go ahead, sponsor that trip. Yeah, you can afford a free trip, but that free trip comes with more sessions down to the therapist that's not free, because you're going to have more stress. Sure, Bravo Andy is sponsoring this trip and it's free. Right, but Bravo Andy ain't paying for all of these therapy sessions that you're going to have to get over whatever traumas and stress you're going to have after this good trip. I'm just saying. I'm trying to make it make sense, y'all. I'm trying to make it make sense. So, but this is the nonsensical. This is Ashley we're talking about. She's gonna go along to get along. Like, I haven't been watching the all 5 seasons, but she gives me that she's gonna go along to get along and do whatever she can. She gonna stay as messy as she needs to stay and do whatever she can to keep her a damn storyline and keep her place on this show. Fine. You say don't send them there to Africa? Africa is closed to idiots, envying, child. So before we get to the two people who I'm gonna have to drag for a little bit, Wendy, I'm just letting you know, Wendy and Karen is gonna get drugged today, both of them. Gizelle, let me put my right hand in my underwear because I'm gonna need to scratch my balls because I'm telling y'all, Gizelle makes my balls itch. So let me insert my hand into my underwear because I'm gonna need to scratch my right hand is comfortably placed in underwear with which to scratch my balls because that whore Gizelle makes my balls itch. She makes all of my balls itch. Gizelle, everything that transpired between Wendy and Karen this week happened because of Gizelle. Let's be clear. Happy Monday, Miss Witt. Happy freaking Monday. Happy Monday to you, Watermelon Sugar. Coming to the stage, Watermelon Sugar, as I talk about balls. I had to insert my right hand in my underwear so I could scratch my balls to talk about Gizelle because she makes my balls itch. Oh, dear God. Dear God. Gizelle, Gizelle, Gizelle. She is an evil little cancer ascended from the depths of hell. Please help me understand. I don't even understand at this point why these ladies are even nice to Gizelle. Like, you can say what you want to say about Robin, and Robin does carry bones. But everything about Gizelle, every time she speaks almost, it is riddled, mired, tainted with mess and fuckery. Just she is life's personification of a big pile of shit. Smells, don't want to be around it, don't want to look at it, and just an unnecessary evil. We all have to deal with shit at some point. If we had to do, that would be a part of our life that we would do away with. Never having to shit. If you told me I could live my life and never have to shit again, oh, I'm here for it. I just don't understand. Why are they nice to her? Like, when she does things, and it's like she knows. And then she tries to come off as pious and holier than thou, or as if, like, no, I'm just doing this because I feel like she needs to know. Oh, I'm just informing her of what was said. Okay, it's one thing to inform me of what was said, it's another thing to cloak that information in mess and fuckery. It's one thing to make it sound. It's one thing to make it sound like the person was being because somebody could have said something that was totally not in any way, shape, form, or fashion hateful, vindictive, or anything like that. But the manner in which she communicates it with a tone about her body language, her facial expressions, so as to say, oh yeah, well, you know, they was dragging you over there. And it clearly could have been no, that they weren't. I don't know how y'all made it through just 5 seasons of Gizelle. I do not know how y'all have made it through 5 seasons of Gizelle. I have no idea. Because a bitch just can't. A bitch can't. A bitch can't. And Robin is always over there being the amen corner for Gizelle. So then you become complicit in it, and you become just as bothersome and loathsome as Gizelle, because you over there laughing and kikiing with her and in the amen corner. No, boo. No. I mean, she's a miserable old lady. She's a miserable old lady. And I know I said on my review that misery loves company, and she wants everybody else to be miserable like her. She wants everybody else. Um, thank you so much for your thank you so much. I'm definitely gonna use it for lunch. L Love. Thank you. Was that L? I don't know who that was. Somebody sent me a Cash App. Thank you so much. Oh, that's L Love. That is L Love. I thought that was L Love. Thank you so much, love, for your Cash App. There's your virtual blowjob. Um, yeah, I just got it, L Love. Thank you so much. But when you have to sit around, I guess when you have to sit around and watch your husband sleep with anything moving, man, woman, boy, girl, cat, dog. Okay, what in the world? That trick y'all told me has been working with the gnats. It did work. But that was one right there that I did not get, apparently. Just flew in front of me. Anyway, but that trick, it did work. The apple cider vinegar with the I had various different forms of doing it. All of them worked. I think it's the apple cider vinegar that worked. I had one with just apple cider vinegar. I did one where I put the dish detergent around the top or the rim. I had one where it was mixed. All of them worked. Thank you. Anyway, but when you have to deal, I guess when you have to sit there and deal with a husband cheating on you left, right, and sideways, and you become bitter, broken, wounded, what ends up happening is you never end up dealing with your real issues. And so then you want everybody else to be just as mad at the world, as angry, ornery, and cantankerous as you are. Well, here you go. Here you go, L Love. So I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand how people deal with her. Like, they be having a lot of smoke for everybody else on the show, and nobody never gives. Well, I haven't seen, like I said, I haven't seen it this season. She just walks around totally unscathed by all of the fires that she has set. Like, she rolls out there with her gas cans and a lighter, spraying gas everywhere, lighter in hand, just lighting up everything, setting everything ablaze. And nobody says anything to her. And even when you look at people doing reviews and stuff like that, people have drug Candiace, drug Monique, drug Robin, drug Karen, drug Wendy. Even reviewers don't seem to have that much smoke for Gizelle. As if she's just, oh no, she doesn't do anything wrong. I don't understand it. Can somebody help me? Am I looking at this wrong? You said Molotov cocktail thrower and then hides her head, child. Just a mess. Just a damn mess. Her life is a mess like that damn house. Lord. a damn mess. You done made up a whole relationship. I'm gonna tell you what her problem is. Her problem is she ain't getting her none. Cause we knew Jamal ain't giving her none. Because he giving it up to everybody else. That might be her problem. That might be her problem. So with no Ella, that's the first net I done seen in a while. I like the little trick that they gave me work. I haven't seen one in a while. And so that's the first one I saw in a good little minute. In like a week or so. Yeah, her and Jamal don't need this drama. Wait, what? You and Jamal apparently don't need anything because y'all don't have nothing. I don't. It baffles the mind. It baffles the mind. I just need them to be equal opportunity with their anger. Equal opportunity. Now let me get to the two people who I need to address. Let me start off with Wendy because that's going to take me a little while. That's the New World Psychopath's Paradise Child. Not Psychopath's Paradise, Lord. Wendy. Oh, Wendy. Now, see, Wendy, everybody can't drag you, Wendy, like I can. Sweetheart, dear one, love bug, honey bunch, doll baby. But Wendy, I can meet you degree for degree and letter for letter. Okay? Accomplishment for accomplishment. So let's do this, dear one. First of all, Wendy, people who are truly accomplished, people who have truly amassed, worked for, and attained a certain level of achievement, education, degrees, plural. Mind you, I have more than you do, Wendy. You don't have to tell people how many you have. Other people will tell your story for you. You don't have to go around tooting your own horn. Other people will do that for you. You want to know why? Because true intellects, true intellectuals, it oozes out of your pores. It oozes out of you. It's a way of life. It's a way of living. It permeates your entire environment. When you step into a room, people clean up their own grammar. People elevate their own vernacular when you come into the room before you even give out any credential that you have. It's an aura. It's a whole feel about who you are. You never have to tell anybody, I have 4 degrees. Because when you do that over and over and over, dear one, you depreciate the value of them. Now, what it sounds like to me, and let me read you for a little while, because you want to keep talking about how you are this professor down there at Johns Hopkins. Now, the fact checkers have already done, you are not a true professor. You're just adjunct. It was either adjunct or associate, but not a true full-fledged professor. You definitely are not tenured. So what that means is, baby, you ain't even making a whole lot of money down there at Johns Hopkins. Let's just be clear. Because if you're an adjunct or even associate, you ain't making nothing. There are teachers working at high schools making more than you, dear one. So let's be clear. And even if you are a full-fledged professor, dear one, it's not until you become tenured that you really start to make the real money. Now, so let me drag you on that first. Like I said on my review, if your work speaks for you, don't interrupt. Here's the other thing. And I caught it, and I spoke to Really B this morning, and she caught it as well. A lot of this, and this is where we about to get into some hairy stuff. We about to start talking about some real in-depth stuff amongst Black people. A lot of this has to do with Black people who are not Black Americans. A lot of this has to versus Black Americans. A lot of this is about when you have Black people that come from other countries to America and how they look at Black people from America, how they look down on us, how they feel we're lesser than them. Let's just be clear. And I know this all too well, living and growing up in a city like Miami, where you have Black people from all over the Caribbean and Africa and other places, other countries that will come to Miami. They really look down on Black Americans as if we are less than, as if they are better than, as if they are different from us. Let me help you understand something, Wendy. This is going to come out harsh. Hold on, let me take a swig of this. It might help it not come out as harsh. If we're so horrible and we're so bad, why are you here? You're here. You're not there wherever you were. You're here. You're not there. You're here. And let's be clear, Wendy. Your degrees have not helped you look any better, do any better, or be better than anybody. That's not what degrees are for. Degrees are not to make you better. Degrees are to educate you so that you are educated and empowered to go out in the workplace and be productive and be have expertise in certain areas, but it's not to make you better. If anything, you're worse. You have a whole segment of your family that isn't even talking to you. And I said your family because when you marry your husband, you become a part of his family. They're not even talking to you. And as much as you say it's because this Nigerian thing, it's probably because of your antics and how you carry yourself. You're not better. There's no part of you. And let me get down to the real read. As much as I gave you, now, if you really want to go down this road, dear one, come on, step into the light, Carolyn. Okay, step into this octagon. Since you want to go into the octagon talking about your degrees, let's be clear. Even how you speak, even the pronunciation and enunciation of words that you do on this show, okay? You're not well spoken. You don't even sound like someone who's amassed 4 degrees. Are you kidding me? Go take a couple speech classes first, okay? Don't go there. And if you really want to break it down, I was probably being nice to you saying, you had a good little thing last week and so forth and so on. But you weren't saying anything at your little event that was revolutionary that made me go, ooh, I ain't never heard nobody say that. Oh my God, you need to be concerned with down ballot election, things on the local election. Really? We've been saying that here in Black circles since the time of my great grandparents and them fighting to vote. Really? Really? Don't go there. Do not go there. Don't sit on your high horse and try and make it like you ain't even doing that hell of a job with your damn kids. Okay, let's be clear. See, since you want to go down this road, Miss Wendy, We're here now. We're in the octagon. Since you want to talk about all of this stuff, you got kids, okay, over here that got all kinds of carrying on that look like, you know what I'm saying? They all the way out of order already. All the way out of order already. So I don't even want to know what they're going to be like when they get older. Okay? Because those two young men over there look like they run the house. They run the house. But you over here, you haven't, first of all, you're not, girl, Wendy, you better go sit your ass down the fuck somewhere, Wendy. You better go sit down somewhere, Wendy. Do not sit your ass over there looking down your nose on us like you're bad. Good, you better go sit down somewhere, Wendy. You better go sit down somewhere. You, girl, Wendy. Wendy, girl. Girl, Wendy. I'm still waiting to see her on CNN or MSNBC. I'm still waiting to see her. Now, clearly, they must have her on the hours that nobody watches. The maybe 10 o'clock midday or so. I don't know. 2 in the morning, 4 in the morning. Clearly, she's on during the hours that nobody watches. Because I've never seen you, boo. I don't go. Listen, we're not watching MSNBC to see who is Wendy going to be on there. Now I might look for April Ryan. I might even look for Angela Rye. I'm not looking for Wendy Osefo or whatever her name is. Miss Degreed Girl. We're not looking for you. So don't go there, Wendy. I got 4. Girl. First of all, if we gonna call a spade, see, you have how many degrees you have conversation amongst degree and credential holders. That's where you have that conversation at. And then when you get amongst those credential holders, that's where you say, oh, okay, you got 4 degrees. Great. Where are they from? What did you get your degree in? Because you might have 4 degrees in underwater basket weaving. What are we talking about? Girl, I would say you need to be snatched by your edges, but at the looks of your edges and at the looks of your hair, you might not make it. So, nah, I ain't gonna do that. Like, it really came off with this whole elitist thing. Now, you're talking to someone who's very elitist. Don't get it twisted. I'm very elitist. Bougie? No. Elitist? Yes. I will admit I can be elitist. But Wendy, don't come over here trying to look down on us Black people. That's not what you're going to do. Because those of us who are credentialed, who can meet you degree for degree, letter for letter, we will dog walk you. Okay? The beautiful thing about Black Americans, when we become intelligent, when we become credential holders, we can comfortably interweave, we can comfortably integrate the education that you received with those degrees with the common sense and all of the things that you learned just by being Black in America, growing up Black. And that's something that you can't even amass. There's no education that you can learn for that. I don't care how much you study Black people. I don't care how much you study Black Americans. You cannot go to school for being a Black American. It is something that you grow up with. It is something ingrained in who you are. And the beautiful part about us credential holding Black Americans are, we know how to interweave those. You, my doll, don't seem to have been able to do that yet. Which is why you got to keep that. I have 4 degrees. I have 4 degrees. I have 4 degrees. Okay. And but if I'm gonna be fair now, let me address you, Miss Karen. Karen girl, yeah, bring your Wendy. You don't have enough. You can get out, step out the octagon. The referee has rung the bell. He don't waved it off. They dragging you out. You can go on it at the octagon. Um, Wendy, but Karen, bring your ass over here, Karen. Bring your ass over here. Now, Karen, you're another one of these people who do try to disrespect and belittle people. See, there's two extremes. You have people who are credential holders and who try to make people feel bad that don't have college degrees and things like that. But then on the other extreme of the spectrum, you have people who have not going to college and things like that and try to make people feel bad or try to belittle college degrees and what people have gone to school for and you know what they've amassed and worked for and paid for in themselves. And Karen was falling into that other extreme where, and how I can say that is when you, one of the things that people say to people with a terminal degree, PhDs, JDs, PsyDs, EdDs, you know, all of the terminal degrees. Oh, you're a doctor, but not a doctor. That's no, there's no such thing. That's just like saying, well, you got a Toyota, but uh if you don't have a Lexus, you don't have, well, if you have a Lexus, you do have a Toyota. That's like saying, well, if you don't have an Audi, you don't have a car if you don't have an Audi. No, I still have a car. I have a nice little Toyota over here. I might say I have a nice little Mercedes over here. Well, if it's not an Audi, it's really not a car. No, bitch, it's still a car. It's still a luxury car. It's just a Mercedes. And you have an Audi. It's the same thing. The same when someone says, "Oh, well, you're not a doctor. You're just no." It's the same thing. And let's be clear, MDs are the one of only two terminal degree holders, MDs and DDs, who don't have to do any research within their field before they are allowed to even call themselves doctor. They do clinicals and residencies and so forth. But anybody else who calls themselves doctor, before you do that, you have to have research in the field and add to that field of study in order to obtain a doctorate. And while that may not be important to you, Karen, while you may not understand the value in it, Karen, that doesn't mean that it does not have value, Karen. Because let's really, you want to talk about, oh, how you work hard. No, Karen, let's talk about what you really work. What you really worked hard on, Karen, is showing a little leg to that old man that you married who had some money. You ain't do a goddamn thing. You married that old man. That old man had some money that then allowed you to go in certain circles that you never would have been able to go into on your own. And this whole entrepreneurial spirit that you have only came after you were able to marry that man and amass a certain amount of money and get on a show like this because you could go in certain circles. Don't try to make it like, oh, I just came out here and I made it on my own and can't nobody say, girl, if you don't sit your ass the fuck down somewhere. I'm not trying to belittle what you've done, Karen, but don't try to diminish the accomplishments of people who have terminal degrees, because that's the reason why less than, actually, about 1% of the population in America has terminal degrees, but of that 1%, less than 1% of the 1% are Black people. So we're not going to do that, Karen. You don't have no degree nowhere in America. None. It's like you over there without a car talking about her. Oh, well, you got a car, but it's just a Mercedes. There ain't no Audi. Girl, you taking the Chevrolets. Okay. How you gonna talk about her car and you driving the Chevrolets? Karen. Honey. And people always say, well, you do not need degree. That is true. But you can't get certain jobs without a degree. You have to have credentials in order to get in certain places. In order to have a seat at certain tables, you have to have credentials. That is the truth of the matter. And guess what? If I want to, certain jobs, I don't care how much money you have to have licensing and degrees and so forth in that area to do that job, period. It's kind of how this works. So, and then for you to follow that up by saying, well, I know this wasn't Wendy. I know this was just really coming from Gizelle, and Gizelle being messy and mad about the Brian. Well, then why didn't you have any smoke for Gizelle? And I know she said that in her green screens, which was well afterwards. But like I said, you over there getting ready, trying to drag Wendy for her degrees or whatnot, but you ain't saying a goddamn thing to Gizelle. And all of this is because of Gizelle. Karen, what I like for you to do, dear one, I don't want you to be an old fool. I don't want you to believe, Karen, that because you get to be a certain age, that makes you wise. Because you could have been doing something the wrong way all 68 of your years and been wrong all 68 years. It doesn't make you well learned and wise. It makes you a stupid 68-year-old. But that got under my skin because I hear that so much. People who try to belittle people with terminal degrees and say, well, you ain't no doctor. And I'm not even that person that makes a big deal out of my degrees or whatnot, but that bothers me. That even bothers me because you don't even understand the amount of work that goes into it. Whew. A mess. As a JD holder, we also don't have to do a thesis or dissertation. I know it was one is okay, so it's JD, DD, and MD. There, but when we go, there are organizations that I'm a part of that's for Black terminal degree holders. And when we go to little conferences and stuff like that, we'll get into like little banter back and forth. And the argument is, we don't respect you people who don't do dissertations. You're not researched. You don't know anything. Like we have this little banter back and forth with MDs and DDs and stuff like that. And now that you mentioned that, I remember now JDs where we say, girl, you ain't even do no dissertation. You ain't did no research in the field. What? Shut up. You don't matter. It's just a little banter we have back and forth with each other. But child. Good. Anyway, that was Real Housewives of Potomac. Put a ring on it. I liked again this week. I like the more that I'm learning about that Michael and Che girl, because I told y'all from the first episode, I knew Che was the problem and not Michael. Not that Michael don't have issues, but Che is the issue, because if you ghosted me 3 times, I would have trust issues with you as well. Child. I would have trust issues as well. She is a whole mess. But like I said on my review, I think that they're two totally different persons and people in two totally different frame of minds. I think his frame of mind is one place. She's just way too young minded. Like her mind is way too immature. She's way too like worried about. She's all about the look, and yeah, it's everything for her is optics, nothing of substance. She just wants somebody to call her own. She just wants to be able to say she has a husband. That's what she wants. She might have a lot of friends her age that are now getting married and so forth and so on. And she wants to be able to, it's just like when her friend get a new car. Well, let me go get me a new car. Her friends get married. Well, let me find me somebody to get married to. She don't really want him like that. Let's just be clear. Let's be clear. She don't really want him like that. She wants marriage, period. Because I guarantee you, if she finds somebody on this show that's better than him, she will leave him for her. I mean, she will leave him for the other guy. Like, what did she expect? How did she expect him to act or feel when you done already left him twice? Twice. And you came back the third time? First of all, I wouldn't have been there the third time. Let's just be clear. And now you expect him to be like, oh yeah, let's just go get married. And the way she painted the story in the beginning, she painted it as if he just left her and went and found a new girl and got engaged to the new girl. No, bitch. You left him. You ghosted him. And then he found him somebody else who garnered his attention and he thought he liked her. And he did propose to her, but it didn't work out. Girl, she's a mess. A mess. She just want a husband. And I guarantee you, whoever she does end up married, I shouldn't say guarantee, but it seems I would venture to guess if I were a betting man, which I am from time to time, I would venture to bet whoever she does marry, they ain't gonna be married that long. I don't see them being married that long. Mm-mm. They're not gonna be able to deal with her. Mm-mm. She gonna be able to. Then she's gonna be like, "Yeah, my ex-husband." It's all optics for her. All optics. She's a mess. I guarantee you. If Hollywood came over to her and said, "Hey, let me bust you down and marry you," she would let him. She would. Speaking of Hollywood, him and Ashley, they be out. Both of them be out of control. It's almost like they deserve each other. I don't think they're gonna make it though. And at this point, I think they know that. They're just looking for this to be the reason to say that they can officially say that it didn't work. But y'all done been together all this time. Mm-mm. Y'all ain't nowhere closer. Y'all further apart from marriage. Mm-mm. What y'all doing? Y'all playing house. Y'all playing house. Listen, y'all got to do a close up. Watch the show again. Wait until they do Hollywood's confessionals during the last part when they all together. Go look at his confessionals. That looked like a hairpiece. That looked like a wig. That looked like a wig for real. Child, little baby, I still ain't found Hollywood print. I ain't found no print, but he over there talking about his big wee wee. We ain't seen not no sign of a print. Child. Mm-hmm. Like they're not good for each other. Because when you have tit for tat, tit for tat, tit for tat, like you said, Abby, that's not a wholesome relationship. That's gonna get old and tiring. And the whole intimidation thing that Hollywood always tries to do, all of this yelling and flexing and hello, we've been together 9 years, sir. You're not scaring me. Oh, it was a weenie. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought it was wee wee. He said weenie. Okay, we ain't seen not every part of his weenie, but he over there talking about the other man weenie. We still looking for it. Let us know when you find it. He's too. He doesn't give me a Q vibe. Mm-mm. He gives me. He could be my frat brothers. Now you know my frat brothers. We good for being narcissistic like that. We good for being all about ourselves and the look and everything. He gives me that. He could be one of my frat brothers. He does not give me Q at all. At all. Right. L Love of Moby Dick does not announce his he's a will. He comes into the room and you know, oh, that's Moby Dick over there. There she blows. I love that. Oh, Moby Dick doesn't announce he's a will. I know that's right. They come on the scene and what do the people say? There she blows. He claims his hair is real, but I found an old music video he did. That's it. Chop. Hello. You need to post. Listen, you need to find us that video, little baby. Chap. Chap. Excuse me. But child, that hairline had him. Cause I had what happened was I was watching it and somebody called me, so I had to pause it. And where I paused it, it was right on the confessional. And I was like, what in the Beijing? What in the Trey Womack August from Real Hot Boys do we have going on here? Child girl. Girl child. Mm. Right. Nobody's choking on a weenie. No. Y'all are my people for real. Y'all are my people for real, for real, for real. Listen. I'm about to get off here in a second. I gotta get ready, get out of here, get ready, get up, go to work. But I had got out the shower and I felt fresh and revived. And I said, let me get on here and talk to my people. So let me do a little bit of Real Hot Boys Houston. I don't. I'm talking about. I'm going to talk about like the people. I ain't going to talk about the production, all that stuff. This whole Jordan and Dre versus everybody. I don't know. Something seems one-sided on this to me. Because the only people who we've heard is who is that? Kenny and Sherrod. And I hear people talk about, oh, if everybody say Jordan that you this way, then you, but that's two people. The only people I think that have these issues is Sherrod and Kenny. So how is that everybody? It seems one-sided. Like the jury is still out on who and what Jordan is, but they do have a lot of smoke to say. But my side eye is for Ashton. Ashton doll baby doll. You cannot sit amongst a group of people and let them drag your friend like that. I'm sorry. That's not how friends work. That's not how friendships work. Let me no, that's not how this works. If that's, you told us the first episode, that's your best friend. Jordan, you said is your best friend. Your best friend? Baby, let me help you understand something. It ain't even got to be my best friend. It could be my friend. It damn sure ain't gonna be a close friend. It damn sure ain't gonna be. First of all, even with my close friends, people know I'm ride or die for my people so hard. They don't even talk about my friends around me because they already know. Don't even come to me with the fuck shit. Don't even talk about it around me because you already know I'm going to pounce. And if I was Jordan, I would be looking sideways at Ashton. So we supposed to be best friend, and you gonna sit over here and let these whores talk about me and not defend me, and I'm not there? No, we're not doing that. Ain't no such thing as being neutral. That's your best friend? No, I'm not neutral. I'm telling you up front, I'm not neutral. That's my best friend. Now, if I need to check my best friend, I'm gonna check my best friend in private. Me and him gonna have a conversation one-on-one. You ain't gonna never see it or hear about it. But when I'm around you people, I'm not neutral. No, I'm telling you right up front. It's my friend. I'm not neutral. Ain't even got, like I said, ain't even got to be my best friend. If you are my friend, I am not neutral when it comes to you. When somebody come at me with the fuck shit, I'm going off. Now I'm coming to you afterwards to say, you know, I had to drag somebody. I might have been wrong. I don't even know if you did wrong, but I wasn't gonna let them drag you. But I'm just letting you know, did you really do that? And was I wrong for dragging them? And maybe you was wrong, and I just defended you, even when you was wrong. But I've been known to defend my friends, and they was wrong as all get out, and I did not care. I did not care. I'm not neutral. I'm loyal. But that just came off real wrong to me. Nope. And it just came off messy to me when also they were sitting up there talking. I mean, they were saying some mean, nasty things about Ashton as if Ashton was not there. And he was there. Girl, I would. And you, wait, you talking about me? Because at one point, like I said in my review, he came over there, and I think, and they were in the middle of talking about him, but he didn't sit down. He just walked back away. And I was like, wait a minute. So you hear them talking about you, and you're not gonna go over there and let go and let God? Girl, after I would have cleared that goddamn table, baby, I would have cleared the table. Do you hear me? Do you? Wait, who are we talking about? Me? Let's do this then. Oh, we talking about me? Oh, babe, we clear the whole table. Just clear everything out. All right, let's do this. I'm standing on top of the table since I'm the since I'm the subject at hand. Let me stand on top of this table in all of my full glory, so you can get the whole essence. Let's do it and drag all of them whores. one by one, like a good grocery list. Just run it down. Girl, these new girls, and the fact that they felt bad enough, the fact that they felt comfortable enough sitting there talking about this man. Girl, Ashton, you need to establish some dominance, okay? You need to let your nuts hang a little more. You don't need to be trying to be all, nice to people. You need to let your nuts hang. Listen, every now and again, a man got to let his nuts hang. Every now and again, you got to let your nuts hang. Otherwise, people will keep trying you. And that's what they were doing. They were trying him. Girl, I know the fuck. But girl, see, these are new school gays. I'm an old school gay. See, old school back in the day when you had to really be closeted a lot, where there was still a whole lot of gay bash. Not that there isn't anymore, but the world was a lot different back in the day when you had to fight for everything. Baby, when I tell you, you mention our name, we will drag you every time, and we're here for the fight every time. Wow, Jason, I'm going off on you. Miles, I don't address people that are beneath me. What? Wait, what? I don't address people that are beneath me. Lord, like really? Who are we talking about? Oh Lord, but ah. But anyway, that bothered me on the Houseboys. August, I don't know about her. I don't have time or energy for her. August couldn't hang in my circle. I don't even know why they're trying to introduce a new person in their circle of friends when y'all already have issues within the dynamic of friends already. So why are you introducing this new person, August, into the circle when y'all ain't even got it right with y'all? That was already in the group. Like I said on my review, I think August slept with somebody or somebody in the production see it for him. And yeah. Mello, Drew, thank you for being here, but you might be on the wrong live. Those are not the kind of antics that we talk about over here. We don't talk about people like that over here. Arbor Day is a holiday that nobody really knows about or cares about. Earth Day is something that we don't really see it for. Hey, Jonathan, what's good, Fi? Yeah, you might need to go to another live. Yeah, we don't talk about those type of people over here. So, girl. Anyway, I'm about to get off here, y'all, because I got to get up and quickly get ready for work now. Thank you so much, L Love, for buying me lunch today. I'm definitely going to use that. I'm about to go order some lunch and pick it up on my way to work. It is much appreciated. I needed that too. Look at God. Hey, won't he do it? Won't he will he won't? Bless Jesus. Thank you so much. L Love. Am I the only one who doesn't understand how August speaks? Is he MBN, stop it. I'm not going to Publix really be. I am gonna stop by there once I order. I want to order some Chinese food, but then I'm gonna stop by the Publix because the Chinese food place is right in the same plaza with Publix. So I'm gonna go to the Chinese place first to pick up my order, and then I'm gonna stop at Publix. Don't do me, really be. Do not do me. But you know I am. Don't do that. Really be. Don't do that. Don't do that. You be trying to embarrass me. God. Right. Listen, Miles Kidman and Mellow Drew, you can speak to me about him when you tell me what his real job is. Okay. When we talk about people who have real jobs, who, you know, has an I-4, I'm not I-4, W-4 form filled out at someone's place of employment, when they have one of those filled out somewhere, then we can have conversations about them. But until these people have W-4 forms filled out or something showing that they have proof of employment somewhere in these yet to be United States of America, who are we talking about? What are we talking about? Anyway, y'all, let's put some shondos in the chat before we get off. I've had a great time doing this live with y'all. Y'all always give me life and put a smile on my face, and I'm always appreciative. Put a shondo in my own chat. I'm surprised Ebby ain't come out with a katana blade for some of these people mentioning Columbus Day. Ebby good for a katana blade, and I don't say nothing. Oh, you got cut on it. You're bad. Oh, I'm not doing this with you, Young Rich. Nope. Why did I read Young Rich? Hey, Young Rich. Oh. Oh. Why am I reading Young Rich's comments? A mess. A mess. Oh, don't think I forgot about the members only live. I just got busy yesterday and I want to do this live today. Members only live will be tomorrow. I talked to Ty. We're gonna do that tomorrow. It will be the gray sweatpants. Members only live. We'll do all of that tomorrow. Yes. And I'm supposed to talk about that video that MVN sent me of Akeem. A mess. A mess. Anyway, y'all, y'all are cutting up. Thank y'all so much for being here, being vocal, present, and active. I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you for all that you do. Until next time, that's all I got for y'all. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely.